Peace, peace. What's good? Non-ascension. So real quick, I'm gonna do a video speaking about these vampires, man. These energy vampires specifically, and how they love to feed. They love to eat, man. So real quick, I had went to this little 4th of July thing, and I don't entertain that. I just came through just for this, for the invite. I was going to say support, but yeah, I came through due to an invite through a family member of mine. I'm like, all right, usually I don't go to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't participate in my demise, but I end up going to the party, and it was at a mansion and shit like that, and you know, I ain't participate in no music, jumping in no swimming pools and all of that. Like, I just stayed in the cut. I was in the kitchen. So, one of the black aunties and shit that was on some negative shit, talking about, well, because I had bought me some kale, some tomato, red onion type of thing, and I had some sockeye salmon. I had the sockeye salmon, and that was getting cooked up and everything else. But auntie talking about something, and this is not my direct aunt of any sort. You know what I'm saying? This is an aunt that's connected to a black family. And yeah, I just called her auntie because she's the aunt of the family type shit. So she was like, well, you didn't bring a big bag for us and all that. And mind you, they got jerk chicken, 20 boxes of pizza, string beans, barbecue wings, and potato salad. Your usual shit that you bring to a motherfucking, or cook, that you cook when it comes to throwing a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue cookout, whatever the case may be, man. They had all that shit there. You know what I'm saying? They had at least 25 to 30 pans of fucking food. And my little ass salad, I brung for me because I don't eat that shit y'all be eating. So auntie talking about something, yeah, well, you didn't bring none for us. Make sure you make some for us. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even know y'all like that. And I ain't showing y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? So, it was like little shots thrown later on, with indirect comments and shit like that. And, at first it was welcoming and all of that. It was a bunch of women. The guys was there, but it was a lot of women in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I don't be around dudes like that. And I know 9 times out of 10, these dudes, they conversation is ultra superficial. So I don't even engage. I don't even deal. But yeah. However, I just continuously, created my own aura of peace. And that bothered auntie, man. She was trying to rush me to eat my food, kicking me out the kitchen and shit. I'm like, so, I asked her, so you want me to eat in the living room? Because she like, everybody going in. You wasn't talking to everybody. You was targeting me, And I know she got a demon on her. I can see it in her eyes. I can see it all in her face. You know, you are in disarray because of the energy I bring in the room or the light that I bring in the room. Without me having to talk or say anything, I don't have to say anything. It's just my presence alone speak volumes, and that's how these demons react when your light is shining. You know, somehow, some way, they got to feed off the light by you responding in a dysfunctional fashion. That's their way of getting off. You know, and I guess she felt protected because she was around her family and all of that. You know, for me personally, I don't give a shit who you with. You know, and that's how I operate. I'm not in no state of fear. I'm not arguing with no woman. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not doing that. So I mean, I know for sure she was looking forward to a reaction out of me, and I'm not doing it. You know, so a couple of the shorties, they was walking through the kitchen. It was like, yeah, what you got? What you eating? Like, why are you worried about what I'm eating? Why is that a concern? Y'all got a whole buffet outside near the pool side. You know what I'm saying? And y'all checking for my little bowl of salad. You know what I'm saying? That I put together. And they probably was thinking it smelled good and all that. Yeah, because I can cook. I can put a salad together. I can cook. I can do all of that myself. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I had some kale left or whatever. I had tomato, onion left, and it was, if somebody wanted to make their own shit, make your own shit. I'm not no chef for y'all. I didn't even show up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? The husband and wife that owns the mansion is why, you know what I'm saying, they the reason why I came through. You know what I'm saying? Actually thorough people, you know, and for them to live in the establishment that they live in, they did it by, sticking together and all of that. But through receiving those quote unquote blessings, some dirt had to be made, you know, and everything that glitter ain't gold, I should say, you know. Um, yeah, it's a process when you dealing with that, when you dealing with that other side, because people have a way of sacrificing their own, and it's in different avenues. When I say, sacrificing their own, whether it's food, which is fake food, which is food poisoning that go against the defense system, and the environment. It could be a building, it could be a school that also poisons the mind, which doesn't exercise or stimulate the mind to think beyond the norm, which people would consider the norm. So, yeah, just giving y'all an idea. But, yeah, that was the only reason why I came through, because of them, man. Otherwise, I don't deal, man. Cause and that's why I'm an individual. Whereas, I stay to myself. I don't, and that's why I told my partner that I was with, um, that yeah, like that's the reason why I don't attend shit, because of beings such as that, that try to cause some form of discord and have this power struggle. Like, there's all these females around me. Why you chose me? I was looking good, smelling good, everything. You know what I'm saying? Compliments throughout the whole day, just about. You know what I'm saying? I had my hair wrap on, of course, because I had my I gotta keep my hair covered, protecting my crown away from these goddamn demons. As good as these women was looking and all of that, because they was looking good. I don't trust that. I don't trust none of them. Like I said, everything that glitter, definitely not gold. And it's just overall about not casting your pearls before swine, and that's a true line. I ain't want to say what I really wanted to say. So I just remain silent for the most part, man. That's why I don't deal. But to make it short, protect your aura at all costs, man. Don't let nobody cause any type of discomfort or discord within your energy, because that's what these energy vampires will do. If they can't feed one way, they going to find another way to feed. Like, I'm eating God codes. That's what I'm consuming. Y'all looking to feed the flesh. I'm looking to feed my soul. That's the difference. That is the absolute difference. you know. But yeah, I pulled Auntie aside because she was in my path. She came across my path and somewhere in the house. And I'm like, like I asked her, like, you okay? Like, you good? So it was all, sweet talk and all those type of things. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, all right, cool. And I left it as that. So, I ended up leaving anyway. And yeah, like that, it was as simple as that. So later on, by what, the next day, which was today, I heard through the grapevine that it's all apologies and all these type of things. That was getting back, the message was getting back to me that, folks was apologizing and all those type of things and wanted to invite me to dinner and all of that. No, hell no. Hell no. Because your first presentation of who you are really, I mean, it's important. So the fact that you came off the way you did, and then also assume that I was related to a specific family member, is the reason why the negativity sparked off. And it's like, you don't even know me to even feel as though you need to engage into some confrontation with me. For what? For what? That's how you know, man, our people is gone, man. That's why I stay away from Negroes, man. I stay away from black Negroes. The word black mean absent of light, and that's what these Negroes are. They're black. That's just what it is. They have no ability or skill when it comes to discernment, observation, reading, the room, which is reading the energy that's around them and beyond. They suck at it. They suck, you know? But yeah, all demons, man, nothing but demons. Even the chicks there asking me, what you eating? Like they want dibs or something. No, you ain't getting shit, shorty. It's not for you. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be stingy because, like I said, I had kale and all of that on the side for whoever want to make their own shit. Like I wasn't bear hugging the grub. I mean the food. Well, yeah, overall the grub. I was protecting my motherfucking bowl of food that what I'm saying, solid that I put together for me personally. Meanwhile, y'all got 25 to 30 pans of fucking food. You know what I'm saying? 20 boxes of pizza. The hell you want from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with people, man? Talking about, yeah, we want to invite you. I ain't going nowhere, and I ain't eating your shit neither. I ain't eating none of your shit. So you can poison me? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, tripping, man. But demons, man. They gotta work through these vessels to get at you in some form or fashion. But yeah, that's my quick video, man. I'm out. Peace.